A hearty good morning to all. From our new Oxford Modern English course book, in page number 76, we have a poem, Trespass. Before laying the foundation of the poem, let us talk about the term trespass. Trespass is an unlawful act committed on the person, property, or rights of another, especially a wrongful entry on real property. In other words, we can say trespass meaning is to go onto somebody's land or property without permission. It is to do something that hurts or offends someone, that is, to treat someone unfairly, especially by asking for or expecting more than fair or reasonable. It is a sin or an improper act. So, students, beside our house where we dwell, we have our neighbors. We share our joys and sorrows, first of all, in our neighborhood. If the space is lacking for children to play in, then also you feel home. You enjoy the huge open fields, the sparkling streams, and the lush greenery in the locality or in the neighborhood. In some cases, there are limitations with which we are bound. Some events occur in our life, and due to these events, we are dipped into emotions and feelings. Now, let me introduce the poet to you. John Clare was born in 13 July 1793 in Helpston, England. He belonged to a poor family. Clare grew up in a village called Helpston in England. As a child, he enjoyed the freedom of playing and roaming freely across the path in his small village. But in 1809, with the passing of certain laws, lands were divided up and became private properties of rich landlords. As a result, all his favorite haunts were marked by the signs "No trespassing." He was bitterly disheartened by this restriction of his freedom and used poetry to express his emotions. Now, shift to the poem. The poem Trespass is written by John Clare. The poem Trespass is a sonnet. It has 14 lines. So, let's talk about sonnet. A sonnet is a 14-line poem with a fixed rhyme scheme. Often, sonnets use iambic pentameter, 5 sets of unstressed syllables followed by stressed syllables for a 10-syllable line. After getting the sonnet, let us step into the poem. Welcome back to the poem Trespass written by John Clare. Let us take the first 10 lines of the poem and get the idea of the poet. Take the word from I dreaded till walk today. The poet feared about something in the future when he was trotting where there was no way or path. As he walked through a meadow, the poet kept a watch to see if the owner was coming by. The sight of the meadow was very beautiful. It was lovely, attractive, and charming, yet at every stretch. As he entered the road from the meadow, he felt that every stranger he saw frowned at him and said that he had trespassed while he was on his walk. Now, let us talk about the remaining 4 lines of the poem. Take the word from I've often thought till as my own. In these lines, the poet often thinks that the very day is so pleasant for him. You know, from his childhood onwards, he had grown up among the lush green meadows farms and fields because he was the son of a farm laborer. In the last three lines, the poet wishes that the path and the natural scene which attract him would be his. Although he is not the owner of this property, he never feels lonely. But he cannot use others as his own without the owner's permission. Thank you.